Good afternoon. I'm Tana Bingoa, the Teen Whisperer, and I am passionate about building bridges of deep connection and open, honest dialogue between parents and their teens. And if you followed me at all before, you know that I have a lot of kids. I've had a lot of teenagers through foster parenting, adopting, and being a biological parent. And one of the things that is the very most important thing to me is having that open, honest relationship with my teens. I want them to feel like they can come and talk to me about anything at all. And we have a lot of friends that come over to our house. And last night, actually, I came home from a meeting about 9 o'clock last night, 9:30, and there was a young man here who's one of my son's friends that we just recently met. So we really haven't had too much of a chance to get to know him yet. But before I even got home, I could tell that they were in deep conversation. My husband, my son David, and his friend, whose name is also David. We have a lot of Davids around this place. So of course, I was anxious to jump right in because deep, meaningful conversation is one of my love languages. I just love to talk about life, and especially when it comes to having conversations with young people. And I love to empower young people. That's what I do. I'm a teen coach. So I proceeded to jump into the conversation and found out that this young man has a estranged relationship from his father. Now, this young man is 20, and he does still live at home, but essentially, he does not have a relationship at all with his dad. He said that he's probably talked to him maybe 3 times in the past 3 months or so, and that's pretty sad in my book. So we talked about what was going on, and it sounded like that it went back quite a ways, actually, to where even in high school, when he didn't do quite as well in school as some of his siblings, getting good grades wasn't necessarily his strong suit. This young man loves to play basketball, and he actually has a dream of wanting to play on the NBA. And so it was heartbreaking for me to hear of this relationship and how strained it is and how there's no physical contact. My husband actually said to him, "Hey, I want to ask you to go home tonight and give your dad a hug." And he said, "No, we don't do that." And so as we proceeded to talk to him, find out a little bit more about this relationship, we found that beyond his not doing so well in school, and he has now graduated, he's begun to do some other behaviors and things that his parents, and particularly his father, don't like. So he feels very judged by his dad. His dad makes comments a lot about the clothes that he wears, because he had on all ripped up jeans, and that's the big thing, that a lot of young people nowadays wear jeans with big holes in them. So what? I mean, in my opinion, I don't think that that's hurting them or anybody else. And I think as parents, when we press to judge and control our kids, the thing that we're doing with them is we are pushing them away. So the question is, parents, do you want your kids to do everything that you want them to do? Do you want them to look the way that you want them to look? Do you want to have them just be your little puppets? Do you want them to look and act just exactly the way that you want them to act and look? Or do you want to have a relationship with them such that you influence them, such that they are looking at you and they think, I want to be like my dad. I want to be like my mom. And, we're older, so they're not going to want to dress the way we dress or maybe talk the way that we talk. And what I'm finding that a lot of kids now, and maybe this has always been the case, typically no longer want to follow their family's faith practices or a lot of sometimes the political ideas or whatever. Our kids, when they're teenagers, are wanting to individuate. They're wanting to pull away from us and move towards their peer groups and find their own identity. And when we resist those things that are in sometimes even direct opposition to the ways that we believe or what we think is good for them, the more we try to control them, the more they're going to pull away. And that means the less influence that we are going to have on them. So I've found with my own kids as they've gotten older, my youngest daughter is 18 and my 4 boys are 20 and older. And I have found that actually in me practicing the law of non-interference and stepping back and allowing them to do the things that they're going to do, it doesn't mean I don't talk to them about, well, that might not be the best choice, and if this could be the consequence that you might face if you do that thing. But by allowing them to make their own decision and their own choice about it, especially as late teens and early 20s, they are coming to the conclusion on their own that actually what I said was right. But they're now doing it because they're choosing to do it, not because I'm making them do it or because I won't talk to them if they don't do it. So parents, I just want to encourage you today to really take a look at and search your heart a little bit about where your relationship is with your kids. Do they want to be around you? Do they want to talk to you? Do they feel like they can talk to you? Many cases, they don't. They are not telling us the things that they are hurting with. They're not telling us so many things because they just don't feel like they can talk to us. So I want to just encourage you today to really do some soul searching and think about where you are in your relationship with your teen. If you really do have an open, honest relationship with them, communication, are they talking to you with emotional honesty? Are they sharing how they really feel? Or are they just telling you what they think you want to hear? So I hope that you all have a great weekend. And I hope that if you need some help with your teen, if you've got a teen that won't talk to you, a teen that's rebelling, a teen that is struggling with their schoolwork, a teen that's stuck in their room on video games all the time, I would love to help you build bridges of communication and relationship between your teens. So if so, just reach out to me. I'm Tana Bingoa, the Teen Whisperer. Have a great weekend.